on behalf of the family, we all thank Peggy, the committee, and contributors, and you for being present here today for your fine support and contributions and efforts you put forward. Thank you very much. Had a nice committee as well. I know the Bent family long enough to know that Mary's parents loved everybody. Mary had the good fortune of being born when her father all of a sudden got a higher paying job, so they had a happier existence after that. They lived in the Boston area, and after a while, when Mary was around 3, when she was similar to this age, the family moved to Walpole out of Somerville, and father got another nice job there. So nice they were able to buy 30 acres of woodland there, and it turns out that it wasn't just the 30 acres, but the property was surrounded by a lot of other undeveloped land, and it turns out that her brother, Mary's brother Joseph, and Mary, they were very close. They would wander around all these woods from time to time. The woods were so big that the brother had to climb a tree every now and then just to find out where they were and see if they could find the way back. So that started her outdoor interests, but also when she was born, 1939, there was a book published that was a copy of this book. This is a companion copy off the press, I assume based on the date. It's called Brownie, the Little Bear That Loved People, and the arrangement was that as soon as Mary learned how to speak her request to her parents, she would ask every night that the book be read. And based on the number of years involved, it must have been read to Mary about 1,000 nights in a row, by the time that she could read by herself.
I found her original book in the basement, and I used to read it when I played down there.
Okay, nice. We don't know where that book is, but a good friend who Mary worked with, a woman by the name of Ann Corcoran, she found this on the used book market and gave it to Mary a while back. So that's how I happen to have a personal knowledge of the contents, and if I can bear your patience, we like to read the short book so you can get an idea of just what Mary experienced in conjunction with her interest in being outdoors, but also in making friends and maintaining friends. So you'll hear that from Peggy in a short time. The other thing that influenced Mary when she was a young person before she was 10 was that she got a present from a family that was a viewmaster, and this is the actual viewmaster, and the slides are the actual Bryce Canyon slides that inspired me. So I can pass this around, you can take a look at it. So those were the things that influenced Mary. Besides having a good family association, she had a lot of good friends in school, and it turns out that she would make, apparently in the later years, a perfect member for the AMC, where she enjoyed being outside. She had a mindful interest in experience the outdoors fully, and she had an interest in making new friends. The location of this bench is interesting. I try to find out ways that she would relate to the location, and it turns out that she was treasurer here at Noble View during the time when the buildings were going through extensive remodeling. She worked closely with Gary Forish, and she was an able treasurer of the group. She also was a prime leader for hikes that she scheduled and led here. She helped me maintain a little bit, but also she was patient when I come up here many hours to work with Ed and other people to improve the trails here and make them into good, safe trails. The location also was where we had some overnight sleepovers. Mary would be part of the committee to organize that. The three houses that we lived in when we lived in Westfield can be basically seen, the neighborhoods could be seen from the hill here. So in a sense, more than 50% of her life actually was spent in sight of this bench.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
The book that I pointed out was published in downtown Springfield, and from here you can see the skyline of Springfield. So it's a case where that's another big factor in her life. And finally, on a clear day, you can see the top of Mount Wachusett, which is quite a distance from here. But from there, obviously, you can look into the eastern part of Massachusetts, where Mary spent her earlier years. So I'm going to read a dedication now, and then I'll hand it over to Peggy. Anybody who wants to sign the hike release form, the forms are being circulated, either the member or the non-member.
Where the other one is.
Mary Bent appreciated the beauty and wonder of all that God has created. We dedicate this mica schist bench as a place for people to rest while they are enjoying this wonderful outdoor location. Mary put into practice the words of the Son of God, the Son of Man, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We dedicate this Goshen stone bench as a place where family and friends can recall what Mary said and did during her associations with the persons she met and loved. Mary opened herself to receive and experience the Spirit of God. I trust that the positive attitude that she shared with each of you will live on forever. Let this place of relaxation be a place where that Spirit can be felt by all. Amen.
Amen. And now I'm going to read this book called Brownie, the Little Bear Who Liked People, that so influenced Mary's life and attitude toward the out of doors. And if this takes a few minutes, if anyone wants to sit down, go